carving shed. When you'll go in the carving shed, you'll have tourists going on in there. You'll look in the window. Now this road we just turned on here, this is Front Street. Front Street was the first paved road here in the state of Alaska. It was paved back in 1923. First car arrived here in Ketchikan back in 1912. By 1918, they had 3 miles of road. That time the city council took a vote, had to put up a speed limit sign, and that speed limit set at 8 miles an hour. Not much faster than that now, folks. So. Yeah. The Ketchikan had its beginnings back in 1883 when a man named Mark Martin came up here from Portland, Oregon. He opened up a fish saltery at the mouth of Ketchikan Creek where a Tlingit fishing village was located. And that's where they would take the salmon, put them into large barrels, about 800 pounds of, the barrels weighed about 800 pounds when they're full. And they put the salmon in there, pack salt in there, and then send them down to Seattle for distribution. I picked up a wonderful cough here yesterday afternoon. It doesn't want to go away. I've gone through about 20 cough drops so far today, so I'm working on it. Over here now on the right-hand side, you will see some sculptures on the rock, and that is known as the rock. Kind of over there in the distance. That was dedicated this year and put up in 2010, and on that rock there's the native chief, Chief Johnson. There's a native elder beating a drum, and then we have a miner, a lumberjack, a fisherman, a school teacher, and an aviator. This building now on the right-hand side, that is the Discover Center. The Discover Center was opened in 1995. That is operated by the Forest Service. And that tells basically the history here of Ketchikan over the last 150 years or so. When that building was built, it cost the taxpayers approximately $7 million. It was only, 130, 140 years before that, we bought the entire state of Alaska for $7.2 million. This little white church over here on the left-hand side, that's the St. John's Episcopal Church. That's the first church here in Ketchikan, built in 1903. When that was built on pilings over the water. When they dredged out Thomas Basin, they extended our shoreline out about 200 yards. Over here on the far right, you'll see a building over there with a flat roof. That is the Centennial Building. There's a museum and a library over there. And that was dedicated back in 1967, 100 years after the purchase of the state of Alaska. On the left-hand side, this old boarded up building here, this is a hospital built in 1922. Closed down in 1963 when the new hospital was opened up on the north end of town. After it was a hospital, the rooms were converted over to an apartment building. But many folks said they were actually born in the roof they were living in. I guess if you're born in Ketchikan, you pretty much are stuck being born in that hospital. So this part of town is known as Newtown. Well, actually, north of the tunnel is known as Newtown. But everything south of Ketchikan Creek, this is Ketchikan Creek here, is known as Old Town or Indian Town. Down here, they'll take a quick peek at a fish ladder built in 1930. That's to aid the salmon coming up over the waterfall, which is directly below us. And it's a pretty rugged little waterfall if you had a chance to take a look at it. But anyway, that helps the fish come up. Last summer, my wife came up for a visit in August. Figured that'd be a nice month to come up for a visit. Anyway, we had so much rain in those 4 days she was here, mid-August 17th to the 21st, that that fish ladder was completely under the water. We had 20 inches of rain in those 4 days. And you see a green sign over here on the right-hand side says Buried Man's Trail. That one's kind of self-explanatory. That is the back way into the brothel. Many men used to sneak down there in the dark of the night, hoping their wives would catch them when they got home. But the wives are pretty smart. They just look at their shoes and pantyhose. They get covered in mud where you've been here. That was an old muddy trail in those days. Now it's a long walk back through there. So the word Ketchikan means thundering wings of an eagle. And of course, Ketchikan Creek over here was named after a native fisherman. And we have 4 of the 5 species of salmon come up and spawn here in Ketchikan. And those salmon that come up Ketchikan Creek, of course, are the king salmon, or the chinook. The silver salmon, also known as the silvers. The pink salmon, also known as the humpies. The dog salmon, also known as the chums. But we do not have any sockeye salmon spawning in Ketchikan Creek. But those are the 5 species of salmon we have here in southeast Alaska. These fine garbage cans you see here, these are bear-proof. That is city ordinance. You have a bear-proof garbage can. However, the bears don't understand that at all. They just rip the lid off anyway if they want to get in it. Find garbage in our streets frequently. And yes, bears do frequently come down into the city limits here. Now we're coming to Ketchikan Creek here again. Last summer when the pink salmon were in here, this stream was almost completely full of salmon from one bank to the other. There's literally tens of thousands, if not millions of them down there. They're spawning down there in that gravel. Only no fish down there right now. There's been very few king salmon actually come up the stream. They've only got 2 at the hatchery so far. About another week or so they should start coming up. Anyway, they say, you know, that when the salmon are in here, especially the pink salmon and the silver salmon, when they get so thick in there that, you know, it's almost dry, that the men can walk across the stream without getting their feet wet. But you know, they don't like to walk across the stream because they don't want to get stuff on the scales. Someone got it in the back, right? There you go. Okay, schools here in Ketchikan. This is Schoenbar Middle School. Oh, what did you do? Did you have that put on you? Anyway, this is Schoenbar Middle School, the Schoenbar Middle School ball fields. These are the ball fields here for the city of Ketchikan. You'll notice how well groomed they are. They're cut right down past the roots of the grass. There's a reason for this. Is all the rainfall we have here in Ketchikan. They can't keep the sod on the field, so they figure it's a lot slipperier to, you know, on the sod and grass. They just have a gravel down there so the kids don't get hurt. And they're pretty much a tough bunch of kids over here. We also have high school. There are 2 high schools. One's an alternative school. We have 5 grade schools, and we also have 4 charter schools in Ketchikan. Also a satellite division of the University of Alaska is also here in Ketchikan. There's about 1,200 young folks in our school system at the present time. Now this is City Park, and City Park is where the fish hatchery was built here back in 1923. And those are the old holding ponds for the fish. They don't use those there anymore because in 1954 they rebuilt this hatchery. At that time the native people took over the hatchery and they now raise their salmon down at the far end of the park in large fiberglass ponds. And the fish that they do raise here are king salmon and silver salmon. And Ketchikan gets most of its power from hydroelectric. There's a hydroelectric dam right over here.
Are you sleepy?
Actually, it's a pipe that comes down from the lake, runs through the power plant. So Ketchikan was incorporated on August 25th, 1900. And at that time, there's about 495 people living here in Ketchikan, and Mike Martin was elected the first mayor. So this island of Revillagigedo, is the 5th largest island in the United States. It is the 12th, or the 5th largest island in Alaska, the 12th largest island in the United States, the 166th largest island in the world. It is nicknamed the Rock because it's primarily made out of slate granite. Take a look over here and see where they've been pouring out some of the rock there. There's a better example when we get down here. Turn on the main highway again. This island is 447,000 acres. It is 55 miles long and 33 miles wide. That church over there, that is the Elizabethan Episcopal Church built back in 1927 by the Chim people.